I'm just gonna show up. I felt like I was waiting on a Zoom call. I was like, oh, it's almost 8:30. Like, gotta get on my Zoom call.
Yes. Okay. So we are finally live on YouTube. Hello, YouTube. All right. So let me do my intro really quick. All right. So today is Tester Tuesday, where I have my friend Sarabeth. We are testing out the
Day off tank.
The Day Off Tank by Tiny Crochet Couch Crochet. I'm all over the place. If you're watching this on replay, hello. Make sure you like, subscribe, and turn on the bell notification. It's kind of weird when somebody's watching me do this.
I'm not here.
Yeah, but I have my friend Sarabeth. We're going to switch over to TikTok in just a second. Hopefully this works. This is my first time using OBS on this computer, so it's a little... all right. Let's see. I'm going to search it up. So how far have you gotten into your... A lot more than mine.
Past the second set of stripes.
Yes, a lot more than mine.
Oh.
Okay, here we go. Ew, this looks ugly. Hold up. We're all stretched out. All right. Here we go. I am so smart.
Look at you, tech girl.
I know, I'm so smart.
Women in STEM.
For real. That's how it feels. Okay. All right. Okay.
All right.
Hopefully this turns out right.
Okay.
Yay. Okay.
Hopefully this turns out right. Let me bring up YouTube. Yay.
Tell me about this yarn, because I am obsessed with the yarn that you're using.
Tell me about this yarn, because I am obsessed with the yarn that you're using.
Let me actually look. Let me find the actual label. I've been carrying it around in the bag that I bought it in at the store, as if this is a whip bag. I've just been like, oh, it's time to go ride in the car. Let me get my bag for my project. Anyways, it's called It is My Happy Place. That's the name of the yarn by Beach Bunny Yarns. And it's their World Traveler. So I was like, actually, I was looking at their website earlier. It's their World Traveler weight yarn, which is a light fingering weight yarn, which now I'm realizing maybe is why my yarn is smaller than some of the other people in the test, because it's light fingering weight. And it is 80%. 19.5 micron SW merino wool, whatever that means. 80% merino wool and 20% nylon.
That yarn shop I went to in Tampa.
Anyways, and it's an exclusive for that yarn shop I went to in Tampa. It's an exclusive.
Of course it is
for that yarn shop specifically. But I feel like, I don't know. I was going to say, I feel like you can order from them online, but I don't know if that's true. But my game plan is that if I run out of yarn, which hopefully I won't, but if I do, I'm just going to call them up and be like, hey, you remember me? Can you send me? Can I PayPal you for some more, because I need it.
Yes.
Or I'll have my grandma go over there.
I just got regular, like solid color cotton fair.
It is so gorgeous. I was so
they're beautiful colors. It's coming out.
I just got regular, like a solid color cotton fair.
Yeah, you're using the green one.
They're beautiful colors. It's coming out.
They are.
Succulent.
Are you using yeah, you're using the green one is called like eucalyptus or something, right?
Succulent.
Succulent, yeah. I used that one, and then whatever the coral color is on a dress that I made for Amia. And then I don't remember what the name of this yarn is.
But it's not a local yarn.
But this is
like made in Italy or something.
From a local yarn shop here. But it's not a local yarn. This is like made in Italy or something. Had green and that same color green. I had like a version of this yarn that had green and that same color green
which
and
now I'm like, I should have, since I
peach
already
in
had
it
this
or whatever.
yarn and haven't used it for anything, I probably should have used that for this tank top.
Which now I'm like, I should have, since I already had this yarn and I haven't used it for anything, I probably should have used that for this tank top and saved some money.
Well,
so anyways, so how far along are you?
I just finished the second stripe.
Okay, no, you're not that much farther behind me then. Like I'm just a few rows above the second stripe.
Yeah. So, who was it that finished the whole front showing off?
Oh, I was like, how? Literally, how fast do your hands work? Because
I was like, how is that possible? How?
I don't know, because I feel like I have spent a lot of time on it over the past like few days. Well, I could have spent more time on it, to be honest. Like I've worked on other projects. So there is that. But I still feel like I've spent a lot of time on it and I'm nowhere near finishing the front panel. And so then I was like thinking like, oh, maybe she's working on like a size extra small, but she did four sets of stripes. So it has to at least be a medium. Cause I think like a medium and above has 4 sets of stripes on the bottom. So I don't know.
Yeah, I was super jealous. I said, that's not fair.
I know. Well, here's the thing is like, I'm sitting here like, oh, I'm making so much progress. And then I remember that we have to make 2 of these.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'll be done with, I'll take some photos with just the front. Like that's as far as I'm going to get. Not really. I'll finish.
All right, I got some music going. All right. So, since the last time we got up with each other, the tattoo, we have to talk about this tattoo because it is phenomenal. I am so jealous. I absolutely love it.
Thank you. I also really love it. And it's like healing really nicely. And yeah, I'm obsessed with it. My dad was not happy.
Why wasn't your dad happy?
Well, because like my parents didn't want me to get tattoos, and that's why I am 29 and just got my first tattoos in November of last year. So,
oh wow,
because I have done everything in life because other people wanted me to do it, you know? So yeah. I finally am at a place where I'm like, I'm just going to do what I want to do and what makes me happy. And so, yeah, but my dad, like after my first 2 tattoos, I feel like nobody really said anything. And I was like, okay, cool. Like everybody's just like knows that I'm an adult and is not going to say anything. And then I got this one and it's bigger. And my mom didn't say anything. My mom was like, oh, because it's got my grandma's initials on the hook. And my mom was like, oh, that's really sweet that like you got your grandma's initials. And I'm like, yeah, I know. But I could tell like that she still was not like jazzed about the fact that I got a bigger tattoo. But she was just like, you know, sweet that you got your grandma's initials. And so then I went to go show my dad, and my dad was like, that just makes me so disappointed. And I was like,
oh man.
I was like, sir, I literally, what do you mean you're disappointed? Like I've literally done everything right in life. I'm pretty sure you'll be okay that I have a tattoo. Like
he acts like you committed murder or tax
Right.
fraud. That's what you say. Not
Right.
a tattoo. I mean, it's not
like I didn't get the tattoo in jail, Dad. Like,
yeah.
Anyways, so, and then, but I spoke my piece, and I was just like, I don't care how you feel about it, because I love it, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm done doing things because other people expect them of me, and I just want to do what is best for me and my body. And then he shut up about it. So
Yeah, I mean, he kind of.
what else was he gonna say?
Yeah.
So.
Oh my goodness! I just realized my YouTube video was set to private.
Oh.
How fun! I was wondering why no one was in here. Okay, let's see if it'll let me change it. But yeah, I absolutely love it. It looks phenomenal. I'm super jealous. If I didn't have such if I didn't have such anxiety about something being so permanent, I would probably do that too as well.
I used to have a lot of anxiety about that too. And I don't know if it's the fact that I got on Lexapro or what. Like, I just don't care anymore. But also, I thought about it, and I was just like, dude, because everybody talks about oh, one day you're gonna be old and it's gonna look gross and wrinkly. And I thought about it, and I was like, my skin's just gonna look gross and wrinkly anyways. Like, who cares if there's a tattoo there too? Like, you know what I mean? It's just, I don't know. And I also kind of feel like I'll look younger for longer with a tattoo. Because, I don't know. It's like a more of a vibe than just being a stuffy old lady. I don't know. So, I don't know. I think that's how, because I used to have dreams about going to a tattoo place, getting a tattoo, and then putting something else, something that I didn't ask for on my body. It freaked me out that much. I was so scared that it would be messed up or whatever. And it probably is the fact that I am being medicated for my anxiety now, that I don't care anymore. Everything's fine. So yeah, I was I surprised myself when I got my first tattoos, because I was not freaked out at all. Versus every time I've gotten a piercing, and I've gone to a tattoo parlor to get a piercing, I've always been just freaked out seeing other people getting tattoos. And for whatever reason, when I finally decided to get one, I was just like, no, I'm good. This one, I was in the chair for 5 hours.
Oh, wow.
I watched the entire first season of that 90s show.
That was my show.
Huh?
That was my show.
That 70s show?
Yes.
Well, the 90s version is very cheesy.
Oh, the one that's new on Netflix.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I haven't seen that, though.
Yeah, it's very cheesy. But that's what I watched the other day at the tattoo parlor, because they have TVs in the booths and noise canceling headphones. So I just chilled out, watched TV with my noise canceling headphones on, and relaxed for 5 hours.
That sounds fun. Too bad you couldn't do crochet, because that's your crochet art.
I know. I know, it was a bummer, but it was nice to just not think about anything, just zone out. Truly.
So what other tattoos do you have?
I have this one that is a marigold, which is the birth flower for the month that my daughter was born. And then I have this one on the back of my arm. It's a stamp.
Oh, cool.
It's actually more of the size of a postcard than a stamp. But no, I wanted one of those cute little trendy stamp tattoos. And I went to get that one with my friend Kayla. Like we've been best friends like our whole lives basically, and we're both from Florida originally. And we went to get it, and Kayla's got a bunch of tattoos. So you would think that she would know like tattoo sizing, right? Apparently, she told the tattoo artist 8 by 10, and I was like, so we
It's
got
like a picture.
Yeah, and the tattoo artist had drawn it up, and I was like, that's huge. Like we're shrinking that down, right? And she's like, well, Kayla said 8 by 10, and I was like, Kayla, that's a piece of paper.
Yeah.
Like, what do you like? What? I'm not getting an 8 by 10 tattoo. Like, where am I getting that tattooed at? On my thigh? Like, 8 by 10.
Maybe she got centimeters mixed up with inches.
So, and so the one that I have on the back of my arm is the smallest that the tattoo artist could make it with the amount of detail that she put in it. So, and for her tattoo style or whatever. So, yeah. But so I really I second guessed it for a minute because that was like my first tattoo trip. And I was like, oh my God, this is so much bigger than I thought it was going to be. And it freaked me out a little bit. But then when she put the stencil on my arm, I was like, okay, this is really cute though. And so I was just like, let's do it. I got a knot in my yarn. It's the only thing about carrying yarn throughout a project is when you have two like working balls of yarn.
Oh yeah. I just cut mine.
Oh, you've been cutting yours?
Yeah, the blue color, yeah, for the stripe.
Oh, I've just been carrying it because I don't want to sew in, or I don't want to weave in ends.
Yeah, I figured it was like, well, I guess it's not just 2 pieces of string, but yeah, I don't know. I just was like, I might as well just cut it.
I feel that.
But yeah, I don't have any tattoos. I have commitment issues, and knowing that something is permanently there, I'm gonna change my mind right after. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I think they're really cool. I wish that I wasn't so scared to get one because I feel like also I change up like my style and everything so often. Like the tattoos you have are so tasteful, and I feel like it's something that I would want, but I'm just scared that I'll be looking at it too much and I'll be like, I hate this.
I mean, I don't feel that way about mine yet. Hopefully I never will, but I will say that like there's like times where it's not that I look at it and I don't like it, because I do like the way that mine look, but like for instance, like this one, it's so simple that like I kind of wish I had gotten more detail. You know what I mean? Like now I look back and I'm like, oh, this, like I wish I would have taken more time to think through and get more detail on this one, because like this one has detail and I like how much detail this has, and this is just fine. But it is what it is, and I probably could go back and have her add some more detail or something, but I also like the way it looks. So but I feel you. I think that's why I put it off for so long too, was because it's scary until it's not anymore, until you just get over it.
Yeah.
And you're just like, meh, whatever.
Yeah. Life is expensive. Life is expensive. Let's see. I had so much fun this past weekend with Betty. Oh my goodness.
Oh yeah, tell me about it. Tell me what.
Oh my goodness. She is so fun to be around in person. Like, so fun. She is so funny. Like, literally probably the funniest person that I've met in a very long time. Like, she's just so funny. And we went to Joann's, Michael's. We went to this local yarn shop that's in the same area. And
did you buy a lot of yarn, or did you mainly just look?
Oh my gosh, we bought. Well, I feel like we was very tamed,
Okay.
but we did buy a lot of yarn. Like together, I feel like it was a lot of yarn. And I vlogged the whole thing.
Ooh, fun.
For my YouTube channel. So I think that's coming out on Thursday.
Nice.
Are
you teaching yourself how to edit, or like what?
Yeah, I'm trying to teach myself. I'm teaching myself how to edit and how to stream on multiple platforms. This I kind of ghettofied it. So like right now on YouTube, it's like a screen recording of TikTok. So it kind of looks kind of messed up right now. But it's as good as it's gonna get, and that's fine. You know, I feel like people are gonna get the gist of it. But yeah, I've been editing, and it's been fun to edit. But the thing is like I had to record everything on my phone, and I feel so weird holding my phone up like face level when I'm in public. So a lot of it was like right here, down here,
right.
And I mean, but it's still I think like the audio is pretty good, so you can still hear what we're saying. But I don't know. We're just trying to get used to this whole thing, but
yeah, vlogging in public. I get like nervous just taking like an Instagram story photo in public. Like I feel like I have to like hide my phone like when I'm trying to take a picture of my drink. I'm just like
yeah.
Like today I went to get boba and I really wanted to take a cute picture in the restaurant with the like boba tea, but then I was too scared, so I just took a picture. I snuck a picture of the inside of the restaurant and then took a picture of the actual drink in my car. Because I was like, I'm too scared to pose my drink in front of people. And there were like 5 people in there max. Like there was hardly anybody in there, but I'm so chicken. So I commend you for vlogging in public, because
yeah, I'm trying, girl. But yeah, we had, oh my gosh, I didn't even want to go home. We had so much fun. Just talking, and like we were in Joanne's for probably like an hour and a half, just going around and talking about like different yarns and which one we liked and which one we didn't like. It was, oh my gosh, it was just so fun. Like, and she has so much knowledge, and we both like the same type of yarn and dislike just about the same type of yarn. So it was funny, like,
nice.
So we had a lot of fun with that, and she's just so sweet and so funny. Like I could not stop laughing the whole time. Like she was just so funny.
That's awesome. I'm jealous. I'm jealous that you have real life yarn friends.
She's probably the only one. I mean, I think I have this one lady from my church who she also crochets.
Oh, nice.
But I feel like if she were to ever come in my room and see all the yarn, she would be like, "Alea, you have a problem."
Yeah, so there's one girl in my small group. Her name's Terea, and she sews. So she makes her clothes that she wears to church, which is always so fun to see. And she also knows how to knit, but she hasn't done it in a while. But she showed me a hat she knitted the other day. But anyways, we've been talking about like doing like a craft night or whatever. Like I go over to her house and sit in her sewing room and crochet while she sews, which I think would be fun. And then there's this other girl at church who crochets, who's also like around my age, I think. But I think not just makes blankets. She makes blankets. But I don't know. Like I feel like we've invited her a few times to like small group, and she's come like once or twice, but she doesn't come that often. So
thank you so much, that chick. Hello. Yeah, so I don't know. And then like my local yarn store, the one that I took Betty to, they have every Wednesday they have a like crocheter, They call her like Hookers of Virginia Beach. I don't know, something like that.
How far away does Betty McKnitt live?
I think like 2 or 3 hours away from me.
Oh. What did I do? Something is messed up on the row before, and I don't know how I did that.
Oh no.
And I'm trying to decide if it's something I can just fix, or do I need to rip it?
Is it like a drop stitch? Because that's what's been happening to me a lot.
No, it just is like, it was just wonky looking. Or maybe I'm on crack. Maybe it was not wonky. Maybe I just thought it looked weird. Because now it doesn't look weird. I don't. I think, sometimes with Tunisian crochet or with Tunisian knit stitch, because you have like the bar in the front and the bar that's like behind and you're putting the hook through it, sometimes that bar in the front, like if you rip a stitch out, it like has come forward a little bit and then it looks weird. I think that's what happened, and I thought that I had like messed up on the row before, but in actuality it was just that back bar playing mind tricks on me. Yeah, I've been I hate when I drop a stitch because I hate ripping stuff out. So I've been like double checking like constantly.
Yeah, I think that's why I'm so like not more further ahead than I should be, because of the fact that I have dropped so many stitches. And then also this yarn what's it called, it splits a lot with this hook. So I'm just trying to like make sure I get through all of those strands of yarn.
Yeah.
But I think this top is going to look so cute for like spring and summer. Very excited.
My white yarn, like whatever this white, I don't know what brand this is, but it splits a lot too, like that. So every time I'm working on the stripes, it is kind of annoying. It looks like it's hard to tell like which is a loop on a, like which one is your loop, because the yarn like spreads apart. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I agree. I think this is going to be such a cute summer summer top, spring and summer top. And I love and hate that it's fingering weight yarn. I mean,
Yes.
the only reason I hate it is because it just takes a long time to work up and I'm lazy. But I love it because Tunisian crochet can be so thick usually.
Yeah.
Because you're working on one side of the piece and those like back bumps like build up,
I'm gonna see if Ashley can come in here and she can talk more about like.
Oh, I think she's cooking dinner for her kids is what
Got you.
She said she may try to pop in at some point, but that it's because where she lives it's 5:30 right now, so she's
okay, got you, that makes sense.
because I think
so I like that it looks like an expensive piece of fabric.
It does. I think that's like what is really.
Hey Nessa. Mediocre Crochet said, "Hey, I'm working on my top too."
Hey girl.
Yes. Thank you for the likes. Nessa, Mediocre Crochet, do you want to join us? Let me know and I will invite you in here because I think you have live access. But yeah, I like that it looks like it's going to look like a very expensive top from like.
Who, Nessa's in here?
Yeah.
Oh, that's fun.
I think that it's gonna look like a very expensive top from like Anthropologie.
Yeah, I agree. It like somebody said it in the chat the other day that it looks like it's like machine knitted because of how small the yarn is. It's I don't know, it's like more exciting than when you crochet with like acrylic worsted weight or that really thick yarn that I've been using on my other cardigan or whatever, because that doesn't like that like looks crocheted, you know what I mean? Like it looks it's like yeah, we are working on the same top. We're doing a pattern test right now for Tiny Couch Crochet, Ashley. This is a pattern that's coming out in the next month or so for a tank top. So this is Tunisian crochet, a Tunisian crochet tank top. But yeah, because the yarn is like so small, it doesn't feel like it's like it feels like it looks like it's store-bought. Yeah. It looks high end. And you know what? The price tag on mine is high end because
yours is
yarn was expensive.
Yeah, tell us if you don't mind. Do you mind telling us how much it costs?
Yeah,
it's okay. It's okay if you don't want to.
It was $140.
Stop for one.
No. Oh no. Oh. Thing.
Oh, okay.
It was $30 per thing of yarn.
Okay.
And 4, and then I had to buy a hook while I was down there because I didn't have the right size hook while I was in Tampa, and I wanted to start working on it after I bought the yarn.
So you're working with the Susan Bates hook, right?
Right now, yeah, but I bought a G hook at the little shop. They had some Tunisian hooks, so I bought a G, and then my swatch was too small. So yeah, you can do the same thing but a scarf. So you can do this same stitch. This is Tunisian knit stitch, and you would just like keep going basically until it's the length of a scarf. Yeah, 20 each is also expensive. And the thing, like, I feel this was like the only opportunity where I would buy local yarn because tank top. And as like a plus size woman, I cannot make a whole sweater with like local yarn because it's so expensive.
Yeah.
Like I see like some of these really thin creators, and they're like at their local yarn shop, and then they make like a tank top with one thing of yarn. They have a $30 tank top. I have $140 tank top because it has to be big enough, you know? So
yeah,
it's hard. Like it's hard being in. It was a birthday present to yourself. I love that. Wait, when was your birthday? My birthday was
girl, you forgot your birthday?
Got yarn around then, but did projects. I was gonna say, my birthday was in January. So, is it still January? Yeah, tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow's the first of the month. I have to go to the dentist tomorrow.
I went today.
You went today?
Yeah, I got my teeth cleaned today.
Girl, I don't look forward to it, but you know, gotta do what you gotta do because I plan on keeping my teeth as long as possible.
I didn't go for a couple of years because of the pandemic and everything, and like having a toddler, and I freaked out when I went back the middle of last year, and nothing was wrong, and I was like, oh, look at me.
Yeah,
pat myself on the back for that.
Thank you for the follow. But yeah, so when it comes to yarns that are in the local yarn shops, there's a few brands that you should look for. I'm gonna get them. They're on my what's it called? bookcase.
Okay, Nessa, how old did you turn in December? "26. Solid. I like to think that I am still 26. That's what I tell everybody, that like I just stopped aging when the pandemic started. So in my mind, I like legitimately in my mind I think I'm 26. Like when somebody asked me, my first thought was 26, but alas, I just sadly
to be 26 again. So when you go
pandemic again.
When you go to your yarn store, there's a brand that you should look for. It's called Quince & Co. This is the tag.
Okay.
And it only costs $9. So I got a couple of these. And this is a really good brand. It's 100% American wool, and it's actually like really soft and squishy.
Where's it made at?
It's 100% wool.
No, where's it made at?
Oh, where? Made in the USA.
Well, that's not very specific.
Wait. No, this should be like a brand that
is everywhere.
Yeah, that your yarn store should have. It's a very common brand.
Oh, okay.
That I see in most yarn stores. That's very like affordable.
Yes.
It's $9 for, what is this? 134 yards. So it's not that much. Kind of, sort of, still expensive, but
mine was $30, but it's 488 yards.
Yeah.
So that's really not that bad of a price. I mean, it is fingering weight yarn, so that's why.
Yeah, I think that's like a 3.
Okay, so do any of our friends who are also working on their TikToks want to join us? I see Jess is here too.
Cries in Canada. Yeah, if somebody wants to come up in here, let's see. I'm gonna invite her. We'll see what she does. She might not be ready, but we'll see what she does. Oh, here she is.
And Jess is in here too.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
There we go.
How's it going?
How are you?
I'm good. I am using, this is my yarn.
Oh, look, you're on third stripe.
It's, I don't know where it's made out of, but this is the yarn that I'm using.
Oh, nice.
I love Malabrigo. Oh my goodness.
Look at you. You're excited.
I know. Love Malabrigo yarn. So what hook are you using? Like, what kind of hook are you using?
I caved and bought that $80 kit. The brand that she recommended, the Clover one.
I have that kit. Oh, it's right here. Look at mine. I put my yarn pins on it.
Oh, that's so cute. I like that. My husband got this for my birthday / Christmas, but the yarn that I'm using is so close to the needle that I can't see it. So it was making it 10 times harder to.
Oh.
So I just decided to say, why not? The Valentine's Day present. Don't worry about it.
Wait, what brand?
That's really good.
The other ones that you had.
So it was from Amazon, and he didn't tell me, and it didn't show it on it. So
gotcha. It looked like a knit.
Yeah, it's like a nice little wooden. It's kind of hard because I have my light right there, but they're like different colors. So like this one is super close to my yarn color. So it made it 10 times harder to see.
Gotcha. Yeah, honestly, I probably should have switched over to my clover hooks because I'm like shoving these all on to a straight hook.
Yeah.
But I'm enjoying using the straight hook for.
Yeah, I was using my Lantern Moon ones, right? They were working great, but then I saw you using them. You are yours, and I got mine. So,
Oh,
um, I just prefer because I'm working with cotton yarn. It just works better if it's a metal hook.
Yeah. This is my first time working with like a lighter wool. So it's been interesting for me. I normally use cotton.
Oh, yeah. I don't like cotton that much because I feel like I don't know.
I have like sensory issues sometimes with different yarns, so I tend to use cotton because it feels less abrasive on me.
I gotcha. I also feel like, well, I wouldn't say fully sensory issues, but I am very, very, very picky about the way that a yarn feels. And that's why like I see a lot of people on TikTok that like will trash certain yarn stores, and then people in the comments will be like, "Well, that's the only store I have near me." And they're like, "Just shop online." And I'm like, "Okay, I literally cannot do that. Like I cannot like buy yarn online without feeling the way that it feels."
Yeah.
And so if the only store that I have near me, which I'm very fortunate to have a lot of stores near me, so I don't have that issue, but for other people, like if the only store that I have near me is something that like TikTok has deemed not a store we should shop at or whatever, I'm still gonna I'm still gonna go there so I can feel the yarn. Like I don't
Yeah.
know what to tell you.
Yeah. I love the Premier cotton yarns.
Mm-hmm.
The Cotton Fair is like one of my favorite, but the first time I ever got it was at a Michael's. So that's
Yeah,
like the only reason why I buy it online.
Leia, that's what you're using?
Yeah, that's what I'm using.
I use it a lot. I test a lot for Handmade by Hannah Louise, and a lot of the time I use that yarn to make her patterns.
Nice. I don't know if I follow that creator or not. I'll have to look them up.
She's super sweet. She hand dyes some of her yarn, and it's super cool.
Don't even
Yeah. I want to get into hand dyeing yarn, but I feel like that's a whole nother. I would just go into the rabbit hole, and then you would never find me ever again.
I want to get into the drop spinning, but I know once I start doing that, I will not be able to stop myself.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh my goodness. Because all the beautiful colored like wool bats and stuff.
Yeah.
I just want to hoard them. Like unhealthily just put them in a bag and hoard them and look at them. But you have to use your yarn. That's one thing that I've been trying to do is actually use the yarn that I buy.
I know. I have such an issue where like so when I started crocheting, I was using acrylic yarn, like as most people do when they first start. And so I was crocheting a bunch of rainbow related things. And I have so much acrylic yarn because I would go buy 7 different colors at a time to make a rainbow in different various shades, you know? And from there, I started crocheting um, like amigurumi stuff. And I'm really good friends with Leah. Do you guys know Leah?
Yes.
Um, so I'm really good friends with her, and you know she crochets like jumbo stuff, and so I was always like influenced by her, and so I started buying so much blanket yarn, and I was doing that for a while, and then I got into wearables and stopped crocheting plushies as much. I mean, I still do here and there, but I have a crap ton of blanket yarn, and now I only want to do Tunisian crochet. So I caved and bought a big Tunisian hook. Like I bought a 19 millimeter Tunisian hook, and I have been Tunisian crocheting this.
Oh my goodness!
Isn't it
I
beautiful?
love that.
I just want to fall asleep in it.
It's so soft. I feel so much softer than just like regular crochet because like I think this yarn calls for a 15 millimeter hook, and this is 19, so it's like a little bit looser and it's like a lot drapier. It's so soft.
You got the Chiago hook?
Yeah, the 19 millimeter one that I was influenced by you to buy.
I'm telling you, I got somebody else to buy the Lantern Moon hooks. I said, y'all need to run me my check.
Yes.
I get paid. We're getting there. We're getting there. But yeah, I have some yarn. Now that I saw what you made, I am definitely going to. I have some blanket yarn that's like
So
corner.
that blanket extra, like it's thicker than the regular Bernat blanket.
Okay.
But I knew that the regular Bernat blanket would also probably work with that hook. It might just be even more gappier, but yeah. But now I'm thinking, okay, I need to buy like the probably 11 and a half millimeter Chiago hook that you have. Well, I have a 10 millimeter Knit Picks Tunisian hook, so I may try that with the regular blanket yarn. And like a scrappy cardigan, like a join as you go, like what is the word I'm looking for? Patchwork. That's the word I'm looking for. Like a join as you go patchwork, scrappy blanket yarn cardigan, Tunisian crochet. That's what I'm thinking.
Jess said she's making a Tunisian blanket with regular blanket yarn and a 10 millimeter hook, but it's thick.
Yeah,
that sounds like a dream.
This that I'm making is real thick too, but it's cozy, you know.
Oh my goodness! I just want to put it on my face like a weighted blanket and just fall asleep. It looks so nice.
And I bought fabric for the backside of that, so I'm gonna like I have one of those rotary cutters that like a skip stitch rotary cutter.
Mm-hmm.
Cut the little holes in the edge of the fabric and then crochet along the edge of the blanket to sew the fabric.
That's genius. You're a genius.
Well, who is it on here that does that? Is her name like Nitty My Lou or something like that? I think is the username. She crochets blankets and then does the fabric on the backside. And I wanted to do something like that for my nephew that's going to be born in March. His nursery theme is Highland cows, and I found a Highland cow fabric, and I was like, oh, I'm doing that. So.
Oh my goodness, that little plushie that you made, I was so jealous. That was so cute. I said, I'm not even having a baby, but I want it.
And the basket, I freehanded that basket, and it turned out so cute. And now I have another girl who's like, "Can you make me one for a baby shower?" And like normally I don't make people stuff unless it's like a gift to them. I don't tell stuff. But this is one of my friends, and I was like, I guess so. I guess I'll make it for you. So, 'cause I'm a nice friend. Do y'all sell stuff, or is it mainly just like hobby?
I sell some stuff. I have a few in my shop right now on Etsy.
Oh, nice.
It's this cardigan I have. The tank top I don't, but the cardigan I do. And then I have a blue one. I think I have some hats in there because I got a knitting machine.
Oh, nice.
And I cranked away on that for like a good month. So I have like 50 hats.
Have you done any markets?
Not yet. I want to this year though.
My anxiety could handle it. Like my social anxiety, I don't think could handle it.
I know. But that's the only thing that's really stopping me that I'm just like, I'm a little afraid.
it gives me like flashbacks to like working in customer service, and I'm like, I don't know if I could talk to people anymore. Like I'm so used to just being behind a computer screen and being left alone that it scares me.
My first little like mom play date type of thing, just the mom or just the mom, and I was like, wow, my social skills have gone downhill since the pandemic.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I know, it blows my mind. Like I'm like, I can't believe I used to work at a restaurant, and now I'm like, I mean, obviously I talk to people on the internet all the time. I enjoy that, but like in-person interactions is like a different story. Like, please don't talk to me.
I used to work at Tilly's, which is like this.
Oh yeah, I know what Tilly's is.
Yeah, I used to work there, and then when I was pregnant, I worked at Victoria's Secret.
Oh, nice.
Do not recommend it.
Yeah, I worked at Bath and Body Works, which they're owned by the same company.
Yes.
And yeah, it wasn't great.
My boss asked if my pregnancy was planned, and it was just really uncomfortable.
What kind of question is that?
Right? I started like crying right there on the sales floor, and my assistant manager like stood up for me because he was great, but dear God.
Wow.
Excuse you, this is like my first day.
That's
oh my gosh.
I had a manager make me cry one time, and then the store operator, he told her to apologize to me, and then she took me in the back and she was like, I'm sorry that you cried, and I'm sorry that you got upset.
Oh
No.
And I was like, oh, okay, yeah, this is not an apology. And then she goes, you can go clean yourself up in the bathroom. And I was like, okay.
Oh my goodness.
And then I went in the bathroom, and there was a mess in one of the stalls, and I had to clean it up while I cried.
No.
Oh my goodness.
So, yep. Good times. I was like 16 too.
That's like so traumatizing.
Yeah. Well, that was not even the most traumatizing part of that job, so it was awful.
Retail is awful.
Yeah.
I'm not even like that large, but I had like several people at Tilly's tell me that I was too fat to work there, and I was just like, yeah.
That's bold.
Yeah, I was like, no.
Right.
Like you don't get to talk to me that way.
I can't imagine if somebody had the like
Audacity.
Yeah.
I had an older woman because the mall that I worked at, it was a mall that like a bus brought like older people to walk around in, and I had this old woman, bless her heart, but you know, like she came in and she was looking at sizes for like, I think it was onesies or something like that, or like the, you know, like a one piece type of situation.
Uh-huh.
She was looking at like a medium, and I was like, oh, okay. I was like, you can grab a medium and a large. And like, you know, I was just trying to be like, you know, like just grab a size or two because you never know. The sizes in Tilly's are weird.
Right.
Like, oh, I'm not as big as you. I don't need a large. And I was just like,
what is wrong with people?
Like, you're old. I'm going to give you that.
Wow.
I was like, I'll give you that. You're old, but just, you know, move on.
Oh my goodness.
And then fit in the large, and it was wonderful. I was like, that's what you get.
I love when karma happens, like,
yes,
in there. You're like, oh, I thought you were
like
too small for the large.
I was like, I work on commission, so thank you for helping me.
That's so funny. Oh.
On sales too. The sale the day before, and they came in and sale. Oh, the threats people give because of sales. No. on.
At Victoria's Secret?
Yeah, I was like 6 months pregnant and a woman like threatened to punch me in the stomach because I have the sale going on still.
Yeah, well, at least at Bath and Body Works, they literally change the sales like every single night.
Yes, exactly. So I was like, we're not in control. Sorry. We tried to tell people that the sale every day, it's not definite for the next day. We'll say maybe it'll stay the next day, but
right. I hated it because we would have to stay late like every night to put up new signage and redo all of the displays and whatever. And so I worked there during like Christmas time, and there was supposed to be like, I don't know, 5 of a certain sign. And the manager was like, "Hey, can you go get this sign out from like the big stack of signs that are back there?" And I'm like, "Yeah." So I found like 4 out of the 5, and I went through it like 5 times, and there was not a 5th one. And so I went back to her and I was like, "Hey, there's only 4. Like, there's not a 5th one." She goes, "You need to go check again." And I'm like, "Okay, I've gone through it multiple times, but I'll check one more time." Checked again, no sign. Came back, no sign. Then she like went back there all sassy. She's like, "I know that there's 5 in here." Like she was gonna find it, and she didn't. Like she went through it like 2 more times, and was so rude. And she didn't even she didn't find it because it wasn't there. And I was like, "I told you. Like I have eyes. Like I don't know what to do." And I'm like, also I did not like they schedule for you for a certain shift, and then they want you to stay until like 2 a.m. to redo these like displays and sign whatever. And I was like, not
I
working.
they used to like switch schedules last minute too. Like one day I'd be working or I wouldn't be working, but then like if I checked again, I'd be working. I'd be like, "Oh, okay, never mind. My day is not today."
Yeah, that's wild. That didn't ever happen to me, thankfully.
Twice.
You need to tell somebody.
With
a schedule like that.
The first time it happened, I thought I was like, "Oh, I must have read my schedule incorrectly." I was like, "No, we scheduled you like a little while ago," and I was like, "What do you mean you scheduled me a little while ago?"
Yeah. Are you gonna text me? Like, give me information or what? That's wild. I worked at Bass Pro Shop, also at the same time that I worked at Bath and Body Works. In 2 separate malls. I don't know why I did that to myself, because there was a Bath and Body Works in the same mall as the Bass Pro Shop. But for whatever reason, I was like, nope, I'm gonna work at the one in the other mall across town.
Sometimes decides strange things for ourselves.
Yeah. And so yeah, on Black Friday, I had like, I think my shift at Bath and Body Works was like
Thank you so much, Bazaar.
Ooh.
They gave us all roses.
That's my husband.
Oh, that's so sweet.
He likes to pop into my lives every once in a while and do gifts.
That's really sweet. Like 6 a.m. or something like that. And then I had to turn around and work 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. at Bass Pro Shop.
Oh no.
It was like the worst day of my life. Like I had just enough time to go home and like grab a snack on the way to the next. It's awful.
I used to do that to myself when I used to work at American Eagle, and then literally right next door is Bath and Body Works. So I would work from like 8 a.m. to like 4, and then I would have like 30 minutes to eat, and then go to Bath and Body Works for the rest of the day. It was like, it was so crazy. I can't do that anymore.
I wonder if people ever were like, "Don't you work? Wait, weren't you just at?"
They did. They really did. They're like, "Didn't I just see you with the American Eagle?" I said, "Yeah, and you were stealing there too. So get out."
The stealing stories are wild.
Wild, man.
Yeah, at Bass Pro Shop, that's where it was really bad. Like there was a guy one time who would just like stick his toddler on top of a turkey fryer and like walk out the store, and everybody'd be waving at the kid because he was so cute. And he did that multiple times before people realized that he was stealing turkey fryers, which were like over $100. And then there was a guy that came in one time and would like I worked in the apparel department, and he like was trying to get me to help him figure out which size pants he needed or whatever. So I got him like multiple sizes, and he went into the dressing room and he took like a couple of things with him in the dressing room that he had been carrying around. And then when he left, I went to go clean out the dressing room, and I found like all the boxes and tags of the stuff that he had been carrying around. And I was like, "Oh, cool, he stole from here." And I remembered what he looked like because like we had an interaction. Like I don't know why he didn't just like get pants himself and go in the dressing room without like involving me in it. You know what I mean? So then I remembered what exactly what he looked like, and he came in a couple weeks later, right before closing, and he had like a cart full of stuff. And I told my manager, I'm like, "Hey, he stole from us the other day. Keep an eye on him." And so everybody was like following him around, and then the store closed, and he was feeling like pressure because he couldn't just like flip out with stuff because everybody was following him around. And it was after the store closed, and he went in the dressing room and tried to like put all of the clothes that he had on or had in the cart on underneath his clothes, and there were like tags hanging out when he came out of the dressing room, and we're like, "Man, we can like literally see the tags hanging out." But we couldn't do anything about it. Like our loss prevention was not allowed to actually like accuse anyone of stealing until they were actually out of the store with us. And even then, like I don't think that they wanted us for like safety reasons to do. And so he was like allowed to just walk like that, even though we all saw what he looked like, or saw the tags hanging out or whatever. But I don't think
Tragic.
Yeah.
I feel like so many like stealing from big stores is kind of like cringy. I mean, stealing in general is cringy. Like stealing and get caught is really cringy. Just like being a criminal altogether is cringy.
Store than like a small business, you know?
Oh yeah, definitely don't steal from small businesses. But like stealing in general is just cringy. You know what I'm saying? Like I understand you have to survive, right? But like turkey fryers, that's just
right. You didn't need that to survive.
Yeah. You know, perfume. You could have left it there.
I remember when I was small, and if I forgot to put on perfume, I would just run into Bath and Body Works, or I would run into Victoria's Secret and just spray some on me and just call it a day.
Yeah, that's different.
There were so many times when I was younger where we would just go to the mall and go to Sephora just to put makeup on.
Mm-hmm.
As if that's the point of Sephora.
Yeah.
I look back at that now and I'm like, that's cringy of my teenage self. We thought we were so cool in there doing a full face of makeup. We would go get Starbucks and give the Starbucks baristas a different name. Like we would make up a name that we thought was trendy and cool, and then go face of makeup in Sephora.
Literally live a whole double life. In the mall.
Mm-hmm.
I did that too. We did that too. Oh my goodness. Okay, so how do y'all feel about this whole situation about the Ariana Grande hoodie?
Oh wait, I didn't hear about it. I thought you were going to ask about the Ayla situation because I have an opinion on that.
Okay, we'll talk about that next. But yeah, so Ariana Grande, she made this, I think it was a TikTok or whatever, and she had like this really beautiful knit hoodie, and everybody went crazy for it. And so so this was somebody, she bought it from like a small business. I think it was a small business or smaller, not as well-known business. Well, Lion Brand and one of their designers came out with a pattern for a product that's already being sold. You know what I'm saying? So that people can make.
It's kind of like Wednesday situation, the Wednesday vest then.
Yeah.
A lot of people were trying to recreate that without crediting the person who made it, because she's on TikTok. I can't remember her name right now, but like I remember when that was all going on.
Oh, I didn't know that was a thing. I thought people were just like influenced by the show and were just trying to make it. I didn't realize like the creator was on.
Yeah, she's on TikTok and Instagram, and like I followed a few people who like messaged her and asked if they could like recreate it, but like people were trying to sell patterns and everything for it.
Mm-hmm.
Some people's were definitely like inspired because the pattern itself is like the black and white checker, like it has like a line of the black and white squares, and then it's just a black panel, and then the patterning. Because when I watched the episode,
but then she wants to trash crocheters on the show.
Oh yeah,
I was so mad. I was like, "Excuse you, we are the adversaries." Have 2 needles.
But then her best friend crochets.
Yes.
Maybe that was the point. Maybe she was like digging at
Enid, yeah. I think that was kind of it. Or digging at the therapist, because it was the other therapist, I think, that crocheted.
Taxidermy.
Yeah, she did taxidermy.
Yeah. I didn't know that there was controversy on the Ariana one.
I didn't either.
Yeah, Betty, she told me about it, and I was like, what? I didn't know. I thought that the person who made the pattern was the person who came up with Ariana was wearing, but no, it was a completely different person. And Lion Brand had one of their designers come up with a pattern for it.
See, okay, I don't think it's as much of an issue if like it's one of us on TikTok who's like a nobody, you know, and we just see something that we think is cute, and then we're like, oh, I could make a pattern for that, and I'm gonna take that much away from like the original creator, whoever the original designer was.
Exactly.
And a lot of that is like we just didn't know that the original designer was like a small designer. You know, we just thought it was a TV show and we liked it and whatever. But when it's a big brand like Lion Brand, that feels like they should have done more of the research.
Yeah.
You know?
Definitely.
To as a brand to then try to take credit for something that a small designer made feels icky.
Yeah.
Okay, I need to recline.
Like sweatshirt cardigan is knit, so like I feel like then too, like as a crocheter, designing the pattern is also a little different, but
right.
I remember when I saw it, I was like, I need to make that, and I went to go look at yarn, but it was so expensive. I was like, I can't do that.
I need to look at which thing you're talking about from
she's saying I think it's on her TikTok still. I don't think it's on Instagram anymore, but she's like wearing this, it's like an oversized like cardigan sweatshirt, hooded, and the yarn itself is like, I don't know, probably like super bulky, and she's singing Somewhere Over the Rainbow.
I wonder if I can, it's gonna pause my video for a second.
Somebody asked, have y'all watched Ginny and Georgia?
Ginny and Georgia.
Ginny and Georgia.
I've seen a lot of stuff on TikTok. I have not watched the show though. I've seen some of the pinnacle plot points, I think, unfortunately.
What is it about?
It's about this mom and her daughter, and there's a son, I think. And the mom was a young mom, and so she's trying to raise her daughter to be better than that, if you will. I think she was like 14, 15 when she had her daughter, type of thing. It's supposed to be like through that. Again, I've just seen snippets on TikTok. Stuck in those.
Okay, so I just looked up the Ariana Grande hoodie, and I do remember seeing. Oh crap! I'm sorry, you guys. I do remember seeing that now because Katie did posted a video, I think, or whatever about it. So I saw that. But on the topic of Ginny and Georgia, I have watched it. It is very good. It is like, I don't know, there's like some messed up parts of it for sure. But yeah, the gist of it is that she was a teen mom, like 14 or 15 or something, when she had her daughter. And because of that, and because of like growing up poor and like not poor decisions that she made, but well, I mean, kind of, but also like the type of men that were in her life and whatever, she had to make some really bad decisions. It's just she's a criminal, but like you kind of feel bad for her that she
kind of like an anti-hero type of situation.
Yeah, you're like, okay, you murdered somebody, but you murdered them because they were. But she's covered up all of these like crimes that she's done to like protect her children, and some of them are like coming to light, and it's like, I don't know, the story of like how she's evading the cops, and she moves town to town and finally settles into this like Mayberry-esque type little town that's perfect, and she's trying to fit in there and have the perfect life, but her past keeps like catching up to her basically. It's really good though. I just finished was it season 2 or season 3? Season 3? Season 2. I don't know.
Right?
Huh?
It's on Netflix, right?
Yeah. I just finished the latest season today, actually. Really good.
Okay, well let's dig into this Michaela situation.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
What's everybody's opinions on this? Because
person from Massachusetts, I have a soft spot for her.
I do too.
I think I understand people's upsetness with it, like it, because it is one of those things that like false advertising is obviously bad, and I do agree that there are a lot of people that have brought up in commercials a lot of the time they are wearing falsies, but they have like the little asterisks at the bottom of the screen and the tiny writing. But it's one of those things that I think in California, if you literally can't do that, or else it's illegal. TikTok is the Wild West, so it's always difficult. I personally think the situation's gotten like super blown out of proportion. I think some people are not missing the point, but missing the point. Like I do agree that it's a little not nice to like lie to your audience, but I also like, get your coin.
Yeah.
So my thing is, it's not even like, it's, to me, it's like not the false advertising piece of it, because like everybody does have a point. Like when you're watching a commercial, like, do we really believe that like Jennifer Aniston is using Aveeno every day? Probably not. You know what I mean? Like, so in that sense, yes, you're being lied to all the time on commercials, but something about like, it's not even like the advertising piece of it that bothers me, because had she made the video exactly the way that she made it and finished off the video with like the false eyelashes and said like, like, look how great these look, blah blah blah, and then in the comments when somebody said, are you wearing false lashes, if she had just said, oh yeah, I always wear lashes, so I just added those on at the end or whatever, like had she just like acknowledged that, even just in the comments, like I'm not even talking about in the video, just in the comments when somebody directly asked, then it would not have been as big of an issue. But it's the fact that like she is full on like gaslighting everybody as if like we don't blow. Really, like I'm really just driving this one in. Nope, I'm not wearing falsies. And it's like, girl,
I feel like a part of it too, like she couldn't just post that without it being sponsored, without L'Oreal just thumbsing it up and saying like, yeah, this is good. Which is like the weird part to me almost, is that like L'Oreal was like, oh, I saw. For some reason I'm down on TikTok drama. I saw someone find a video of her like making.
She literally like a month ago posted that video on like a tutorial on how to do it, and then she does it, which is so weird to me. And I have this like, I thought of this theory earlier today because she's been in so much drama lately. Deal with L'Oreal that like, hey, or I don't know how influencer like how paying influencers work, but like I almost wonder if it was like, oh, we'll pay you based on how many views the video gets or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And she thought, okay, TikTok and all of this, that I'm just gonna like blow up my career, and in doing so, like I'll get a bunch of views on this video, I'll get a big paycheck from L'Oreal, and I can just deuce out and never come back on TikTok, because I really have no idea how she's supposed to come back now. And
the thing too is that like in 2000s that were like almost doing the same thing that she's doing, and a lot of them have kind of like hidden back. The 2016 beauty influencers are kind of, some of them were doing that and like wearing false lashes, but like saying, but not being amazing. Paid big bucks for people to just sit there and lie, you know.
yeah,
this is right, even though it's like a mediocre product or something.
Right. And so like I don't have a problem with like people getting their bag, and because the reality is that like I may love Coke Zero and you guys may hate it, and it doesn't make me a liar that like I love Coke Zero just because you guys hate it, you know what I mean? But also at that same time, if I am like, if I've like am, it feels that feels like dangerous, you know what I mean? I mean, it's a little different, obviously, like fake lashes are not dangerous to society, but like I don't know. I just I she it just feel it's such a, I think the biggest thing for me is that it's such a reason.
She might have like warned them without L'Oreal catching them. Had to lie about that so she doesn't get in trouble with L'Oreal.
Maybe.
But I don't know. And I feel like at this point L'Oreal would be a little like side-eyeing Michaela and being like, where are you?
I'm all about the conspiracy theories. So there's such thing as like purposefully doing something wrong so then you can get a reaction out of it, so people can correct you and do all of that stuff. I'm thinking, so then she move on to YouTube, because then I think she made a statement today or something.
Wait, what did she?
I think so.
Wait, how did I not hear about that?
I know, I was just thinking that. I was like, I've seen like several videos of people being like, made a response, and I'm like, oh, okay, I'll go look.
Yeah, I've only seen it in like other people's videos.
Okay,
but
look into that
I
later.
think I would not be surprised if she knew it was a mistake, but like purposefully did it to get a rise out of people, to get people engaged in something like this.
I mean, she did get out, so that's
yeah. And I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if she comes out with lashes or mascara or an eye palette in the next.
I swear to God, if she comes back and is like, I came up with
trying to sell us something,
false eyelashes,
I would not be surprised.
My mind.
I bet like a ball of yarn that it's gonna happen because it felt too.
You know what? That is the only way that she can come back now, is to be like, you guys, this was all to drum up business for my new eyelash line.
Exactly. I think that's what it is. I mean, she's supposed to be getting married soon, I think. So maybe trying to bring people to that video. I wouldn't be surprised if she's spending a lot of money on this wedding to put it on YouTube for people to see it. I wouldn't be surprised if she's coming out with something like eyelashes or mascara or new palette to drum up, and using it to her advantage, because at first she kept the comments of pretty much gaslighting everybody up, but she recently took them down. So I think that she's going to use this to her advantage.
I said I don't know how she comes back now from this. That's a little bit dramatic of me, because there's literally like beauty influencers who have done so much worse in the grand scheme of life, who are still out here kicking, like James Charles, and everybody's calling for Jeffree Star to come back, and I'm like, do we not remember Jeffree Star did
how quickly people jumped from like you're lying about mascara, let's have Jeffree Star come back because he's great. And I'm just like, how do you jump from mascara being the worst thing ever to being like, go Jeffree Star? Like,
yeah, I don't know either, because I'm just like, he might have told the truth about a lip gloss one time, but like I don't know if that means that he's like
so much wrong.
Right, if he's like the epitome of like our moral values, you guys.
I know. If that's our standard, we got some really bad standards. But yeah, no.
Well, and the thing is, like, everybody acts like he's like the only one who tells the truth, are going to tell you the truth. I know that that's like harder to find, but there's also bigger beauty creators like Raw Beauty Christie and Kathleen Lights that are super authentic and super genuine, that you don't have to worry about like telling you lies, and that you also don't have to worry about being racist. So like, like, I don't know, maybe support one of them instead of jumping over to Jeffree Star.
Get it. And then I came across James Charles's video, and I was like,
this is not for you. You have your own issues.
No one
drama. Yeah, no one asked you. Michaela's drama is nowhere near as bad as your drama, sir.
And it's just like, I feel like that's the thing, is like Jeffree and James are jumping on it because like, oh, she's being yelled at for being false. Why don't we jump in because we're truth tellers? And it's like, no.
Like, let's tell the truth about how many young children you've talked to, James Charles. Like,
yeah, the beauty influencer drama. Just
it's my favorite because it's just, I mean, it's not my favorite when it deals with things like James Charles and Jeffree Star, because that's like actually despicable. But this is kind of like, as frustrated as I am with Michaela for gaslighting people and straight up lying, it's also
yeah.
it's just mascara, and it's something, it cannot like affect our lives that much, and we can all be on the edge of our seat. Yeah.
Wait.
Oh, let me see if I can find it on YouTube.
And
because I feel like
just mascara or something.
Oh my gosh, that would be so funny. Just mascara. I am so weak. I'm telling you, if she does not hop on this, she's missing out.
Oh God, I would love that.
Do you guys watch Sister Wives?
I see on TikTok, and
I get it on TikTok too. Yeah. Yeah, I see a lot of the stuff on TikTok. I watch some stuff on like TLC, but like nothing. I haven't watched Sister Wives all the way through.
So I am just really, it's really funny to me that now their kids is coming out and talking about like what was going on in their family, because I've been dying for them to give us like the exclusive, the tea on what, you know, is actually going on.
I saw a very niche sister. Apparently, like one of the wives sells LuLaRoe.
Yeah.
And she does like Facebook lives where she sells LuLaRoe, but like she's like low-key mean to everybody.
Yeah.
In the comments. And so I saw like a creator making fun of that. And everybody in the comments was like, I knew exactly who this was about. And I'm like, I don't. Who is this about? I gotta know. And then I, like, you know, TikTok like suggests a search or whatever. Like Mary Sister Wives LuLaRoe or something. And so I clicked that and found her like actual lives. And then I sat there and like watched a bunch of them.
Oh my gosh, they are so funny. They say that she's drunk in them. I 100% believe that, because she looks like this is the only way I'm able to survive. Like they keep doing those.
I'm just like, how is anybody selling LuLaRoe after the documentary?
Yeah, I mean, LuLaRoe is a Mormon based company, so I'm not surprised that her and her family are really into it. But yeah, I was keeping them alive
anymore. Like I thought. I guess I watched the documentary, but I thought like that they were like done. But I guess people are still selling it.
I see it a lot in the thrift stores. I still wouldn't buy it. It's god awful ugly.
Oh. Yeah.
they had went to, I forgot who did an exclusive on this, but they and
a crossover episode.
yes. So
he becomes friends with Ed.
Oh. I'm not gonna lie, I would actually probably pay to watch that.
I would start watching it for that. I don't even watch 90 Day Fiance like that either.
Oh my goodness. I don't. Yeah.
I get all of my like TLC or.
And I've never watched it on TV. Not once.
I have one of the people who was actually on the show and got really close to winning has a shop in Salem.
Oh, cool.
I want to go to it.
Very cool.
Yeah. I watched, I think, one of the seasons of that, but that was about it. I do like it. I want to be covered in tattoos. But
I just got it for my birthday.
I was just talking to my husband about wanting to get something like that. I was just like, it's so cute. Love that idea.
Thanks.
Yeah, I'm too scared to get tattoos. Straight up commitment issues, but
I've always wanted them. Okay, Grandma, I'll give that to you.
Don't come.
My grandma would probably roll over. She's currently probably rolling over in her grave that I have her initials tattooed on me now. She would have hated that, but I love it. Like, I also think it's funny that she would have hated it.
So, did your grandma used to crochet?
She did. She tried to teach me, and I didn't have the attention span when I was younger. And then when she moved into the nursing home, I got all of her crochet stuff, and then I didn't do anything with it until after she died. And
oh man.
Then I was like, I should make my daughter something, and I made my daughter a blanket. I learned how to crochet and made my daughter a blanket, and then yeah, so I have one skein, or like, it's not even, it's like a half of one left of my grandma's yarn, and I made my nephew. I already got a tattoo, and she would have hated that. So
yeah, but there are people out here looking for them vintage hooks.
I don't know. Simultaneously, I feel like she would have hated it, but also like kind of loved it.
Yeah.
My mother-in-law absolutely hates her name, and we wouldn't tell her what my daughter's middle name was going to be until she was born. And so the entire time I'm pregnant, she's like, I hope you don't name her after me. I hate my name. I hate it. And I'm just like, oh. I kept on looking at my husband. I was like, should we not? And he was like, no, do it. And I was like, okay. So we told her the name. Like, it's so beautiful. I thought it was so cute. I was like, for 9 months, you've been telling me not to do this. And now that we've done it, you love it.
Aww.
You said your mother-in-law?
Yeah.
Oh.
What's her name?
Yeah.
My daughter's name is Lily, and her middle name's Cecile.
Oh, okay.
Cecile. Oh.
That's really pretty. So my daughter's name is Amia, and she's named after my great grandma. And my great grandma's name, well, okay, so my great grandma pronounced it Amia, but I liked Amia better. But it's spelled the same. So, anyways, my great grandma didn't like her name, and her middle name was Cecilia, and she went by Cecilia instead of Amia. So, anyways, but we named my great grandma probably wouldn't have loved that we used her name because she didn't love her name. But
my middle name is my grandmother's name, so I wanted to keep the tradition. My middle name is Roberta.
Oh, cute.
I don't have a girl. I have a boy, so a baby boy. His name's Amir. I've always loved that name, Amir. And then his middle name is Giovanni.
I like that name.
Huh?
I like that name too.
Yeah. When I was wedding dress shopping, that was one of the designers for a wedding dress that I couldn't afford.
Yeah. We Giovanni is.
So
I watched Say Yes to the Dress.
Yeah. And his initials had to match mine, and then if we ever have a girl, then her initials will match my husband's initials.
That's cute.
I like that. That's real sweet.
Yeah.
I love that.
My initials spell out vroom or
nice.
Vroom?
Yeah, vroom.
VRM?
VRM, yeah.
Wow.
That's really funny because my dad's a car guy, so I always
vroom. Vroom vroom. That's funny.
Yeah. And what's nice is when I got married, my last initial didn't change, so it's still there.
We do 13 stitches in between stripes, right?
I think so. I've just been counting from 14 in between. I didn't count how many stitches there were supposed to be or rows supposed to be. I'm pretty sure it's 13. That would make sense.
Yeah.
3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah. Let me count. 1, 2, 3, 7.
Okay, how do you guys avoid from the first stitch being like super loose?
I don't. I can't.
Because my first stitch, like all the way down, looks like crap.
Yeah, mine's too.
That makes me fun.
I've been hiding it this whole time because I thought it was.
Well, okay, also at some point I like messed up. Well, you probably can't see that. I messed up, and I don't know why this one is like.
I got like a couple bumps. This is also my first time Tunisian crocheting, so.
Really?
Wow.
Are you addicted yet? Like we are.
Yeah, for real. Very
much so. I am thinking of buying one of May Crochet's pattern.
Oh, hers are so good.
Every time I see him, I'm like, I should learn how to Tunisian crochet. And then Ashley was like, hey, I'm going to do a pattern. I was like, all right, I'm going to do this.
You should buy the prismatic cardigan when it comes out in just a few weeks, because I've been testing that cardigan too, from May Crochets. It's a Tunisian pattern, and it's one of her made to measure patterns. And if you haven't used one of those yet, that's amazing. She's literally a genius. So
we have like an algorithm to do the math for you and whatnot.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
So it's a PDF. She sends you a PDF, and it has like slots on the PDF for you to just enter in your measurements, and then you enter in how many stitches and how many rows are in your gauge. So like you can use any size yarn, and it calculates exactly how many stitches for your size and your size yarn that you'll need for the pattern.
I love that. That's
amazing. It's spoiled the crap out of me. Like I'm like, I don't want to use any other patterns now.
The person I've tested for before, Handmade by Hannah Louise, I tested out her Jude dress, and it has something like that, but it's for the specific yarn and gauge. But the dress is like it's not super made to measure, but it's close enough that like she has like you can make it a made to measure, or you can follow like her different size guide. But it was super cool. It just took forever because it was with like the same weight yarn.
Oh yeah.
One of my longer tests.
Yeah, this one, I'm a little worried about this deadline.
I was thinking the same thing because I've just been like, I hadn't been able to work on it the like past couple of days, and so like I've like kind of kicked my butt into gear with it, but I'm just like, am I gonna be able to finish it?
Yeah,
Scared.
because it is a little bit of a tight turnaround, especially with how small the yarn is. Like if this was bigger yarn, I mean, it wouldn't be. It's a tank top. It wouldn't be that big of a deal, but it's a lot of stitches for,
And then counting every single row because it's my first time, so I've just been like, I'm gonna count every time so I don't mess up.
Yeah.
So it's been taking me a little bit longer than I would normally. I think I'm a little bit quicker at like normal crochet, but I don't like to say that I'm quick because I know that there are people who are a lot faster.
Yeah.
I know. I don't even try to say I'm quick now because I've seen some of these girls on here who like it's insane watching them crochet. Like Passionate Goods or whatever.
Passionate Goods, yeah. Watching her lives and she's just like a whiz. I'm just like, oh.
I know. It's not even looking either. It's just like, and I'm like, how are you? You hear her like fingernails clicking together as she's like, going.
I got like somewhat quick when I was doing the grannies, like the hexagon square.
Oh yeah.
Cardigans. I got pretty good at that because you're just going in between, so you don't necessarily need to look.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But since I've been doing like newer things or like using like smaller yarn, I can't do that anymore. I look.
Yeah, same. That's hexagon cardigans are like really the only time that I can not look because you're right, like you're just going through the bigger spaces. But
I like tried with making some of her tops to not look because I was like, I can do this. I can totally do this. And like I got okay at it, but I was so slow. When I was making those pumpkin tops, I was trying real hard to get them done quicker. So I needed to look.
Yeah.
I think she's releasing a new top soon too. Or she's gonna be doing a pattern testing for
Her and Brooke and what's the other girl's name?
Jada.
Are at Disney right now.
Yeah.
Is Jada Moon?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then Eden was with them too, but I don't know if they're also at Disney or if she's also at Disney.
Yeah, I don't know because I saw a TikTok earlier that went kind of viral on Brooke's page where they were crocheting in Disney.
Yeah.
Like Perks, the Perks Percocet sound.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was like, maybe it's because I'm a mom, but I cannot imagine crocheting in Disney.
So I've never been to Disney, but the idea of doing that both sounds super fun to like pass time in the waiting lines.
Yeah.
But like other than that, I'd be like, but I'm taking everything in. I can't crochet and take in at the same time.
Right. The only thing you would catch me crocheting in Disney would be a leash for my child.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're going to Disney in September. I'm buying her a leash. I will be a leash mom. I do not care. Like,
no. I agree. I think that I know that there are a lot of people who are super divided on it, but I think that if you're going to a really well crowded place, I think it is the smartest thing to have something to link you to your kid.
Yeah, because if you have a 2-year-old who likes to run around, you can't force them to be in a stroller the whole time. And so it's safety, you know? It's not like I'm treating her like a dog. It's just that I don't want her to go anywhere. Like, I don't want to lose her.
Exactly. I live in Salem, so during October it gets super busy, and that's something that like I was like, no, we need this for safety because it gets so busy, so terrifying the idea of losing her in that big of a crowd.
Right.
Because when I was younger, I don't know if you guys are familiar with New Hampshire at all, but we had in Keene, we had this thing called the Pumpkin Fest. It was just a festival full of jack-o'-lanterns to see who could get the most jack-o'-lanterns in the area. And it was really big, and I got lost at it when I was younger. So like I've always been like, yeah, nope, we're doing leashes, we're doing like the cufflinks or whatever. We're doing that. We're not doing the whole getting lost thing.
Nope. I do not even care if somebody else judges me for that, because if they're judging you, they probably don't have kids.
Exactly.
So this makes me want to, like, when it's scrunched up like this, it makes me want to make a hat.
Yeah. I was just thinking that. I was like, this kind of looks like a beanie right now.
Yeah. Oh, are we all using straight hooks? Are you using straight?
I'm not using a straight hook. I have.
Gotcha.
Well,
it's just budget area.
Yeah. For some reason, I like it better when it's scrunched up, so I can work a little bit quicker pulling the loops through. But I have a couple of stitches, so.
I think that's why I'm liking the straight hook, is because it makes it faster to pull the stitches through.
Yeah. That's why I switched to one.
I was real tempted to go to Michael's or Joann's and try to find a longer hook, because I was like, oh, that kind of sounds like it's fun. A little bit easy.
Are you using 5mm?
I'm using a 4.5.
Okay. What about you, Leah? Are you using
This is a 5. It's the same as yours.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. What was I gonna say? Do y'all? I don't know if y'all. I'm a really like crochet geek when it comes to like crochet hooks, what's coming out, the newest yarns and stuff like that. So do y'all know who TL Yarn Crafts is?
Yeah.
Okay. So I don't know if you watched one of her podcasts where Suella came out with a Tunisian crochet hook set. Okay, so it is it's the same sizes as the clover hooks, where they go, I forgot what size they started, like 325 up to 8. And they're all metal. They have a thumb rest. It sounds so lovely, right? They cost $180, and they were sold out. Because I put a little notification. I was ready to at least attempt. But they were sold out. And I saw
luxurious at that price point.
Yes. And they were $180. I said, nope, psych. I don't even think I would want it. Even if I could afford, even if they weren't sold out. So everybody was complaining about the fact of how expensive they were. But honestly, this is probably the hook of these specifications and everything. This is probably the first hook or the only hook of its kind out right now. So
does the thumb rest not get in the way of like because like with Tunisian you kind of need the hook to remain the same size?
Yeah, okay, but if you think about it, right, have you ever used like a regular like metal hook to Tunisian crochet, something like short?
No.
Okay, because I tried it and it nothing changes. It's the same.
Oh, okay.
So because I was like, why would I want that? Because I had the same thought. But it, nothing's different, but it is a little bit more comfortable because you're grabbing it like this, and so you have your thumb right there.
Yeah.
And if you're Tunisian crocheting for a long time, your thumb is kind of like pushing up against it.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes, I don't know about you, but my thumb can get a little like tired.
Yeah.
Right. So I was on a hunt. The only other one that's close to it is the Addy Tunisian crochet ones, right?
Mm-hmm.
But that is just the hooks. It's $76. You don't get the cord. You don't get the stopper. You have to buy all of them separate.
Why do you gotta buy all that separate? What are you supposed to?
So Addy didn't want to come up with a separate cord mechanism for the Tunisian crochet because the cord for the Tunisian crochet hooks is the same as their knitting needles. So that's why they didn't come up with another, like a set to go with it. But I still don't understand why you wouldn't just add like $25,
or why you couldn't just include it.
And then,
because I think that's true about like knit picks and Clover and stuff too, right? Like I'm pretty sure the cords, yeah, the cords are the same cords for the knitting needles as the Tunisian crochet hooks. So, and they include those together. So why? That's weird.
It is very weird. And then the fact that if you buy their cords separate, they don't come with stoppers. That's the part that really got me. I was just like,
because it's meant for like needles.
Yeah.
It's for knitting needles.
And
but, yeah,
the stoppers are like $16. It was like
they're really
of them.
They were making it really hard, right? So I came across this listing for Tunisian crochet hooks on Mercari. They're $5, and they will double ended aluminum Tunisian crochet hooks. I think I have one of them over here.
Double ended aluminum. Okay.
Yeah. So this is what they look like, right? And so they are from a company that no longer exists. These are probably older than everybody in this live stream, right? They're called Crochet on the Double. And this is what they look like.
Wow.
They're metal and they're super long, right? And
they were $5?
They were $5.
Did they have more of them, or did you buy all of them?
This was it. I'm sorry. But yeah, so it's from this website called Annie's Addict, but they're no longer around. And you can't get these hooks.
That felt like a spooky story you were telling. They're no longer around.
They're no longer around. So they're very old, and I was doing like a YouTube video on it, and as I was, working with them, they came apart. But this gave me the idea, right? What if I just bought a stopper and put it on the end of it, and I have a whole metal Tunisian crochet hook?
Oh wait, so it doesn't work now as a double?
I mean, it's still like if I was to super glue it, it would still work.
Oh, okay.
Right? But I was thinking like, if I just put a stopper on this one, because this is for Tunisian crochet in the round or mosaic, which is something I'm not right now.
I want to do Tunisian crochet in the round and make a sweater.
I didn't even know that you do it in the round.
Yeah, that's like the next level up.
Yeah,
getting in the round.
That sounds scary. But
you can buy the Susan Bates hook just like this that's double ended, so and also has a hook, and you can do smaller projects like I cannot remember the user, but they have like a cowl, Tunisian crochet in the round cowl neck is Tunisian in the round, and then as you like, I guess, perfect the craft, you can start doing like full on sweaters. and like you would with knitting in the round. Which I'm saying that as if I have any concept of how that works in knitting. I don't.
But yeah, so that was my little nerd moment I had this week. I just was like, yo, this is so crazy. I mean, I looked everywhere. I looked on eBay, I looked on other places, and there's like no more of these hooks at all.
It's wild because I know that Tunisian crochet has been around, obviously, for it.
Yeah.
It's like all like blankets, and that's really like.
I've seen blankets and shawls, and that's about it. Yeah.
Right. Mm-hmm. And so you have like a couple of creators that are making, you know, more innovative patterns, but that's really a space that like as Tunisian crochet gets bigger, because it is getting really big lately on TikTok, and everybody's learning how to Tunisian crochet. Like that's really a space that I think in terms of patterns is just really gonna blow up in the next few years. Because, you know, like in the world of like regular crochet and like amigurumi and stuff, everybody's making like the same thing, you know, like they're all, it's like I feel like everybody has a pattern, everybody has a bee pattern, there's, you know, everybody has a cow pattern, like there's so many different cow patterns, there's so many different
mushroom pattern,
animal, yeah.
That's the thing is like when I was thinking about writing patterns, like, oh, I'll do one of the, like, I'll do a mushroom hat or something, but then like I saw that there were like hundreds of them, and I was like,
yeah,
I don't know if it's really worth it for me to like throw in another thing, even if it is like fun,
right?
But, like I was like maybe, but I was like, no, I think there's too much in the market for that. So like I was trying to think of things that would be outside of the market, but there really isn't much that I can do that isn't in there already, it feels like.
Yeah, that's how I feel too. I like haven't been inspired to like do a pattern because I just feel like the market is really saturated with crochet patterns, but I am inspired to do a Tunisian crochet pattern because I just feel like there's not a lot of them, and
yeah,
I'm working on a corner to corner checkered cardigan pattern currently.
Like,
yes, so excited for that.
We'll see if it, oh, I'm doing this wrong. We'll see if it actually if I actually end up writing a pattern. It's hard because like the yarn I'm using is really chunky, and so it, the measurements have worked out perfectly for like a size 2X, but then like scaling it down for smaller sizes is like hard because yeah, there's not that many stitches in it because it's really chunky yarn, and so it's really a project for somebody who is plus size, which is, you know, hardly ever happens because normally projects take so long for plus size creators because our clothes are bigger, you know. So it's quick, but it's just I'm trying to figure out how to like adequately make it smaller. So anyways,
yes, I'm very excited to see this pattern that you're doing. I also, I mean, I was talking to Betty about this when I met with her, because I said the same thing. I said I don't know if, I mean, because she was talking about how she's been doing the 6-day kid blanket in different, like it's the same stitches for everything that she does, but everybody wants to see it in different variations. So that's kind of what she's been doing, but she's ready to get out of that and kind of make something else. And then I was telling her, I was like, I would love to start like that. Like if I had something that everybody really liked and then just, you know, build off of that. but I feel like the pattern right now, if they don't look like each other, then it's really hard to kind of break out of that box and to do something different. And she was, pretty much talking about how like you finding inspiration in like your everyday clothes and just simplifying it into Tunisian crochet or any, a regular crochet. So I have a idea in my mind and I haven't started it for a top that I think will look really cute, but I don't know if it's not modern enough because right now we're in the era of modern crochet. People aren't really doing ponchos.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. That's like more the traditional crochet.
Right.
To bring it back though.
Yeah, like we should definitely bring back shawls. I feel like nobody wears shawls often.
You just have to modernize it. Make it a check pattern or something like that. Because that's what I've noticed is very much like the trendy cool girl aesthetic right now is checkered pattern. Like, can't you see I'm such a trendy cool girl? And so there's this like viral, I don't know if it's viral, but there's this sweater that I see all the influencers wearing lately that's got like it's checkered, and it's like sold out everywhere. It's a cardigan. And so that's why I was like, okay, I'm gonna make a Tunisian checkered cardigan in like a chunky knit because that's like clearly the style from like fast fashion, it'll like do well in terms of a pattern. I don't know, but I feel like that's the vibe right now, is everybody loves a checkered pattern or like fun flowers or smiley faces.
Yes.
So maybe you could modernize a poncho, like make it cool,
Yeah, I mean, I would never wear a poncho.
Well, girl, I thought you were trying to say that you wanted everybody to wear ponchos. Never mind. You don't want to wear ponchos. Don't make a poncho.
I'm just saying, like, ponchos are a more traditional crochet item that people would make. I don't think I would ever wear a poncho because, I'm a plus size girly, so it's just gonna look a tank.
I've been wanting to get one, but they're like $200, and I'm not about to do that.
Wow.
They're like it's literally a blanket, but a sweatshirt. It's almost like the modern style of the Snuggie.
Oh, okay. Wait, I have something like that from some other brand. I can't remember what it's called.
Apparently it's on sale right now for $74.
Oh, wow. I have this thing.
At least the
got me for my birthday. It's it's from LL Bean. It's got a hood and it's basically a poncho. It's basically a poncho blanket. It's got pockets. Anyways,
very comfy.
That's my version. I could crochet something like this.
You really could.
Yes.
Oh, but this thing is kind of like the Ariana Grande thing that she was wearing.
Yeah.
Right? Because it's like a hood and like pockets. I don't know.
I feel like that, like the chunky clothing is coming more and more in style, like chunky as in like the knit.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's becoming more and more a thing. I remember this summer, Dylan Mulvaney was wearing like this chunky knit dress and cardigan style. She was wearing that, and I thought it was super cute. So that's in. I love her too.
I love her so much. And like, I was really actually worried about the face reveal because I was worried that it just wouldn't feel like her, but it's so perfect.
Yeah.
Like, it's so subtle. And it's like, she even said it in the reveal video. She was like, it's still me, just a softer version. And I was like, that's exactly what I was thinking the whole time. Like, I was like, oh, it looks so beautiful. So like, beautiful before too. Like, she's a whole vibe, you know?
Very much so. A whole Audrey Hepburn.
Yes. And I love her like FaceTime type videos.
Yeah. Yes.
Like,
some of those got me.
Oh, it's probably really cold to me then.
Right now it's 23, which is,
oh yeah, that's real cold.
It's cold, but like I'd be comfortable in this sweatshirt and a pair of jeans outside.
Right.
This Saturday it's supposed to be 14 though, so that's gonna go overheated so quickly. What it is, like, I like it warm, but I live in dresses all the time.
Yeah. Love a dress.
Just a lazy fashion person sometimes, so I just throw on.
Yeah, people think you're actually.
I'm gonna pause really quick. I need to turn off the stream on YouTube because my computer's overheating. We've been going on for almost, it's been 2 hours.
In 2 hours, but you know,
I feel like I got a lot done.
So I feel sometimes during the day I'll be watching my kiddo and she'll be like doing her arts and crafts, or she'll be playing with her Polly Pockets, and it'll be like 2 hours have gone by and I've only done like a row or two. Oh, oops.
How old is your kid?
She's gonna be 5 in a couple months.
Oh yeah, you said that in the comments.
People ask how old she is. I'm like, oh yeah, she's 2. I'm like, no, wait, nope, she's 5.
That freaks me out. My kid is 2.5, and I like, it's already gone by so fast that it freaks me out that it's gonna just continue to go.
The volume down so I can do my outro, and then I'm gonna keep TikTok going.
Okay.
All right, let me figure this out. But y'all can keep. All right, you guys, this is it for our live stream for tonight. We had so much fun. If you're watching this on replay on YouTube, thank you so much for subscribing, like, and comment down below, and we will be seeing you in the next one. Y'all have a great day. And remember, create something gorgeous. Bye-bye. Woo!